This is a Ukrainian trench near Donetsk. Suddenly, a Russian attack takes place. Russian soldiers are attacking with mortars and heavy fire. Ukrainian soldiers respond with all their might. They manage to shoot down a drone that was coming towards them. This team knows exactly what they're doing. No panic, no running.
Missed us!
The Russian attack is being pushed back for a short time. However, this attack shows that there will be another Russian attack on this region because this is a very critical region.
Hey! Let's go!
This image will catch your attention. In this image of a Ukrainian soldier in the Kursk region, he shoots down a Russian drone flying above him in a difficult way. It is really hard to hit this little drone while it is moving. But by luck or experience, it manages to do it. This footage records an operation by a reconnaissance company of the 12th Azov Brigade in the private sector near Toretsk, involving about 50 Russian soldiers. This resulted in the near capture of a platoon and the evacuation of dozens of civilians and their pets. An operation is being carried out on all the ruins, systematic and destroy tactics. Aerial image support is being received with drones. Kamikaze drones are used extensively in this operation. Here is a kamikaze drone heading towards destroying the target. These Ukrainian soldiers are not volunteers. They are Ukrainian special forces. These types of operations require very experienced military training. We can easily see this from their tactical progress. In order not to take any risks, they first bomb each target. Then they enter the area. At the end of the operation, which lasted about 5 hours, about 50 Russian soldiers were eliminated from the region. This was one of the places where Russia carried out the most intense attacks. Russia was recently using this place as a logistics area. For this reason, we can say that it will not give up this place easily. Ukrainian soldiers from the 60th Mechanized Brigade destroy a Russian BMP with the help of a javelin. We have previously explained the importance and features of this weapon. It is truly a weapon that has changed modern warfare. Ukrainian assault units of the 425th Assault Regiment cleared a Russian position in the Pokrovsky direction and captured a prisoner. Let's watch this breathtaking operation. The soldiers fire inside and throw grenades several times. They tell the Russian soldier to surrender. It is estimated that there were 3 Russian soldiers inside. However, only one of these soldiers survived and continued to fight back. When the Russian soldier also responds from inside, the Ukrainian soldiers are constantly panicking. They continue to throw grenades without getting close, but the Russian soldier, who can no longer resist, decides to surrender. They take a Russian soldier and take him to a safe area. The person you see in the footage is a Russian soldier who surrendered, and he is telling about what he experienced. He is still alive. A tank and an M2 Bradley from the 100th Mechanized Brigade, supported by soldiers from the Ukrainian KORDSOF unit, attacked Russian positions at an enterprise in Toretsk. The footage shows the Russian position being virtually destroyed in a simultaneous operation. Another tank arrives and increases the destruction in the area. Russian troops are blockaded. It is now very difficult to escape from this building. Ukrainian forces receiving air support from drones are beginning to move into the area. The tank enters the area first and creates chaos. It destroys all these buildings. It goes as the vanguard to secure the entrance. Then the armored carrier that comes behind it brings the Ukrainian troops into the area. The infantry forces are attacking the building with a shocking force. They must be fast. because the Russian troops can get air support. Even if the Russian troops respond from inside, this is insufficient. They have no chance against the tanks. Since it is dark inside, the soldiers try to be careful. In order not to fall into an ambush, they first throw hand grenades and then continue. The building is being completely destroyed. The high firepower of the tanks continues unabated. Every corner of the building is being destroyed. In this respect, we see the importance of tanks moving simultaneously with infantry in operations. This drone footage is from the Kursk region. A Russian convoy is advancing on open ground. The convoy includes various tanks and armored vehicles. As they advance on the ground, they see a T-90 tank that was previously blown up by Ukrainian drones. At this point, the Russian convoy panics. They can't decide where to go. The convoy can't decide which path to take. They are in a chaotic situation where to go. The convoy finally decides where to go. Now the Ukrainian attacks are about to begin. Russian troops are still unaware of what they will encounter. They continue to advance in a straight line. But when they saw a tank on the road that had been blown up by drones, they took the risk. Several attacks begin on the tank at the front of the convoy. It is hit by kamikaze drones one after another. The other vehicles continue to advance, but they are now blockaded. In such an open, flat area, their chances of escape are almost impossible. They all become open targets. The artillery begins to fire at the unit. There is now a completely chaotic atmosphere. One of them manages to escape. He tries to quickly return to where he came from, but he is being closely monitored by drones. The vehicle stops for a while, still unable to decide what to do. What's left of his team has been destroyed. He is now alone. But this Russian vehicle stops at one point and decides to turn back. He decides to turn back to get the survivors of his team back. He might have a chance to escape, but he chooses to turn back. He takes the survivors and starts to escape again. He started to return to the direction he came from, this time taking the surviving soldiers. But will they be able to escape? The drone still hasn't attacked, because it wants to see what it will do, or it wanted them to gather together. Here comes the kamikaze attack. The last remaining vehicle was also destroyed. In a few minutes, the 5-vehicle convoy was now eliminated. The surviving soldiers flee towards the nearest village. However, the drones are following them and can see where they are. Soon, these soldiers are also attacked by the drones. Now there is nothing left of the convoy. There is still talk of a ceasefire between Ukraine and Russia. However, all the clashes on the battlefield are still ongoing. It is still unknown how long this situation will last. The losses on both sides have far exceeded hundreds of thousands. In recent months, Ukraine's counteroffensive operation has been at the forefront. In Zaporizhia and Donetsk regions in particular, the Ukrainian army has been using drone technology and military support from the West to breach Russian defense lines. But Russia is resisting by strengthening its defenses, especially in strategic areas such as Kherson and Luhansk.